Dun 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 dun. Hey everybody, it's me, True Powers Mine. This is a ultra crude TPIM SR live, y'all. Sitting in the back room, as it were, just wanting to share this information with the world. Death is climbing yet again. Again. 250,000 by the end of the year. Jordan Maxwell told us, did he not, on this show? There's going to be a mass die-off. California releasing 8,000 prisoners. Mississippi crisis. This is all pain and suffering. Roger Stone back in it. All right. Justice Department pushed jail. Come on, y'all. You got to understand. You got to see all this blinkering. There has to be a real story. What is this? Eminem slate, anti-mask, dirty cops on. Ah, here we go. Civil unrest in Utah. Segregated diversity training sessions at Seattle City Hall stirs controversy. I bet. Now, guys, this is a beautiful work of art, ain't it? Some Roman shit. Catholic Church lobbies for taxpayers' funding. Oh, you see that? Bodies left. Hold on, we gotta go all the way down because this shit likes to refresh at the weirdest of times. Donated bodies to science left to rot, be eaten by rats. Yes, this is nice. This is what it's all about. And there he is, y'all. The Commander-in-Chief. The President. Alright, I don't really see no other real stories. Alright, well, let's just jump to the next segment of the show. I'm going to do it like this. Okay. Death toll from COVID reaching high levels. Now, this was 2 months ago.
How do you think we did? Awesome job. You guys are exceptional. Thank you. We installed 18 panels.
Yeah.
America is now the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic.
America has passed the grim milestone of 20,500 deaths to overtake Italy as the world's worst hit nation.
Many blame the president for the scale of the crisis.
These are the lonely times for a president. All the decisions come to you, and he's made just about all of them wrong.
But the causes of America's failings in dealing with the virus run far deeper.
Independent of Donald Trump, America is a country that always would have found fighting a pandemic to be difficult, regardless of who the president was.
When the novel coronavirus hit America, President Donald Trump's administration was slow to act.
Early on, the president was reassuring Americans that things will not get so bad.
We have it very much under control in this country. We had 12 at one point, and now they've gotten very much better.
He seemed to be worried about the stock market and its vacillations. And I think that there was a series of critical weeks in which the threat was underplayed.
The administration's initial complacency was set to store up problems for the weeks ahead.
There was a sense that we didn't need to develop the amount of ventilators that we had, the number of personal protective equipment that could go out to doctors. And what we find now is that we're in the midst of kind of a national shortage of those things.
On March 9th, the Trump administration promised millions of test kits, crucial to monitor the spread of the virus. Yet, by the end of the month, only around 200,000 tests had been completed.
This is a serious thing, and right now, the federal government is failing.
But this failure wasn't entirely down to President Trump's inaction.
Thousands of Americans may have been exposed to the coronavirus, but have not been tested.
The first tests, created by the Centers for Disease Control, a federal agency, didn't work. Private and academic labs around the country tried to develop their own tests, but were initially hampered by strict regulations and a laborious approval process.
That's a technical failing and a bureaucratic failing that perhaps could be laid on the president. But one of the things about America is that public health authority is incredibly devolved to states and cities in terms of how they respond, so that the federal government actually can't order these things.
America's federal system grants states the authority to decide when and how to respond in a public health crisis like this pandemic. And every state has responded differently.
The state's 19 million residents are being told to stay at home as much as possible.
Faced with an escalating crisis.
All right. Basically, what's going on now is that the green light has been given. Deletion shall begin. First they came for the young. No. First they came for the unborn. No one said nothing. Then they came for the elderly and weak. Still, no one spoke out. Finally, when they chip you healthy people, there'll be no one left. This is where we're headed to, folks. We're headed to a cashless society. We're headed to a society, one of which in which you, me, and everyone else is just a matter of time. You can catch the corona again. You can keep catching it until it finally kills you. Until you become the weak bastard that you have no empathy for. We are beginning to see the processes or what it takes for an extinction level event to occur. You guys haven't heard shit about global warming. You guys haven't heard crap about any alien fleet moving towards us. But all these things are going to culminate in such a manner. I can see why the word says, if those days were not cut short, no flesh will survive. It's going to get rough. It's going to get real rough.
The governor of New York announced a statewide lockdown on March 20th.
We're going to put out an executive order today. New York State on pause. We need everyone to be safe. Otherwise, no one can be safe.
On the same day in Florida, spring breakers were reveling on beaches.
If I get corona, I get corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying.
Here, there would be no lockdown for almost another 2 weeks, during which time the virus continued to spread across the country.
Some states called for non-essential businesses to be closed and for people to stay at home much earlier than others. The fact that borders remain open between the states complicates efforts at containment. While some states might have kind of shut down at this time, California, Washington, Oregon, if a resident from there goes to Florida and then comes back, you can see how it could exponentiate from there.
That's the weakness of a system that relies on decision makers in 50 states and numerous jurisdictions. A virus doesn't respect.
The people who run the country doesn't respect national sovereignty. What this lady is trying to woo in your ear with the little snappy music is a call to a one world government, a more efficient way of managing humanity. After all, you have all these independent people. No one's closing their borders totally, still commerce between states. That shit needs to be shut down. We need a centralized government. All nations, all tongues. I had to make this video short tonight, y'all. I got a lot of crap on my mind. But I had to reach out to y'all. Peace and power.